Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time visiting, I am Mama Make You Up, a mummy of twins who loves to paint her face. Please subscribe to my channel. Today is part 1 of 2 of Valentine's Day looks. I decided to go for a more dramatic look today featuring the ColourPop color of Boy Band. It's an individual shadow from ColourPop. So if this is a look that you think you'd like to try out, please follow along and let's have some fun. So to start with, we are going to go set my lid as always just with a regular powder. So the look we're going to do today is kind of I thought about going dark, like really dark with black and moving into a pink. I decided to try this particular color from ColourPop, which is called Boy Band. It's the Super Shock Shadow. I wanted to maybe do something a bit more wearable. Not everyone may like a bold black and kind of rosy pink look. So I decided to kind of make it a bit more warm instead of black. I don't know if you'll be able to see it on my hand, but it's got a beautiful tone to it. And it has kind of it's almost got pinky tones to it, brown. It's just really nice and warm. So what we're going to do is use that as our main shadow, and we are going to kind of let it fade up into a bit of a rosier mauve type pink at the very top. To be honest, I haven't practiced. I just had kind of a bit of a vision in my head, so we're gonna go for it. So to start off, as always, I'm going to set my eye again with a shadow rather than just my RCMA powder. We are likely going to dip into my Anastasia Beverly Modern Renaissance palette, so I always use this tempera right here to set the rest of my eye. So we're just going to brush that all over with my M441 from Morphe. This guy is just sitting there laughing at me, like next, we are going to go in with, I can't quite decide. So I'm going to give you guys some options in terms of if you have different palettes on hand, the top of the look essentially, with kind of a mauve-y, purple-y pink undertone. I have the 35P here that I've been looking at, stewing, figuring out, do I want to use any of these colors? So I would say these top colors right here, so this one and this one, either of those could be good to put on the very top as a transition shade. I will likely dip into those, and you could also use, if you have the Modern Renaissance palette, you could also use this color, the Buon Fresco. So this one right here out of the Modern Renaissance palette. So really any of these colors are very similar. Sometimes I find when I do tutorials and they only give me one option, I'm like, well, what am I supposed to do if I don't have any of those colors? So those are 2 palettes that if you have on hand, or again, any kind of like rosy, mauve, kind of purple undertone, I think that will pair well with the brown that we're gonna use on our lid primarily. So I am going in with the Buon Fresco from the Modern Renaissance just because it's right in front of me. This one right here from the 35P Morphe palette. And I'm letting that come way up above my, my crease. Because basically we're going to bring the ColourPop shadow all the way up our lid, blending like your life depended on it. So you can use tempera. So since I use that at the beginning, I'll just do that and I'll clean up some of these edges. We'll be doing that more near the end. So here is the color. It got smashed on my way here. I think it was given as a free item because I ordered a ridiculous amount of makeup from them. So they added that in for free. And I'm going to go in with a really dense bullet crease type brush. It's the B18 from Morphe, just to see how this packs on the product. I'm just dabbing it in here. Again, all the ColourPop items have a really cool moussey texture to them and move around in the pan. The really big thing with these though is that they will dry out if you don't put the cover back on properly. I'm going to pack that all over here, bring it up the lid, and as you get to the top of your lid, you can just kind of run it back and forth, Really, you can use any brush to pack this on. I'm actually going to see how this applies with my finger. I actually find that using your finger and dragging a bit of cross really brings out more of the shine to the shadow over top if you want. So that's an option too, is packing it on slightly with your finger. So now I'm going in with my crease brush M433 from Morphe, and I'm just going to start blending this color in. I am likely going to be dragging it up even farther. So I'm now going to go with the crease brush and dip back in and just really focusing in the crease and kind of blending upwards. We don't want that top transition color to be like a main color of the look. We just want the gradient to kind of fade to that kind of plum purpley pink. I'm horrible at describing colors. No harsh lines. Okay. I'm going to go in with my inner color highlight, my Anastasia Beverly Glow Kit, which I plan on using as a highlighter. So this is the Gleam Glow Kit. I know in this bright light you're probably not going to be able to see, but that is what it looks like. This Crushed Pearl is a really nice color for really light skin tones, with my E36 from Morphe. Use a bit of Fix Plus to really make it pop. We've done a bit of highlighting of the inner eye. I'm actually going to go back in with that same color, and I am going to highlight the under part of my eyebrows. If I can find my brush. Where did you go? There you are. Okay, this time I'm not going to spray it with Fix Plus because I don't necessarily need it to be blinding way up here. So just focusing on right underneath that curve. So we are going to move on to the under eye now. We're going to go in with a really chiseled brush to tight line. I'm going to use the M432, and this one we're going to go in with the Color Pop color. Again, that's called Boy Band. What a lovely name. If I actually, what I'm going to do, since I'm tight lining with the shadow, often if you're using quite a loose shadow, which this Color Pop one seems to have quite a bit of kickback, I'm just spraying it with Fix Plus so that it does apply more almost like a liquid liner, and just rubbing it around in there and getting right along my lash line. And if you want to make this, of course, quite dramatic, we can bring the brown all the way in. So now that we've got that placed on the bottom, we are going to go in with a more flimsy lower lash line brush. I'm going to go in with my 507 from Morphe. This is the one that I mentioned in my other video in terms of favorites, that is really great for blending out a really tight crease line and also for just smoking out the bottom lash line as well. So we're going to go in with the same color, the Boy Band, and I'm going to drag this all along my bottom, and that just helps the tight line get a little bit more blown out, which is how I prefer my lower lash line, but that's just me. And then we're going to go in with the mauve type purpley pink shades to just make sure that it blends out that bottom lash line. Nice shadow right there. Go away. Go away. Go away. Go in with a little bit of the Anastasia Beverly Modern Renaissance palette. For me right now, just because I feel like it, I'm going to blend this color, this Buon Fresco, with the purpley color, a little bit of these two right here. So this one and that one. So just all three, because why not? It's bingo. I'm gonna take that and just run it slightly below where we put the bottom lash color. My lips are so chapped. Oh my god. I'm going to now go back in with my blending brush, my 441 from Morphe, the big fluffy one, and just cleaning up, making sure there's no crazy crooked looking lines as we round out the smoky eye. Boy band color to pop a little bit more. I'm going to go in with a brush with some Fix Plus on it and dip back into that color. Go in with this brush, it's the one from the Modern Renaissance palette. You just want something like flat. You don't want to saturate it too much with Fix Plus. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to see if I can put it all over the lid. Just a bit more shine to it, which you guys probably can't see in the video, but I'm just patting that all over the eye. I'm going to go in with my NYX Wonder Pencil. This is in the color WP1, which is light. Now for mascara, I am going to go in with Tarte Lights Camera Lashes. I got this as a sample in my Tarte order when I ordered my Shape Tape. So it's just this tiny little sample. For bronzer today, I'm going to use my Hoola Benefit Bronzer, and I'm going in as always with my Morphe E2. So just going in, I went in with my Morphe M505 and just bringing the product, dusting that all the way down under my nose a little bit. That looks funny. And under my lips to make them look squishy. Okay guys, so I had to charge my battery a little bit, so I finished up the makeup. I will go through how I finished my makeup today. The only thing that I had left after bronzing was to do my highlight, so I used my Gleam palette by Anastasia Beverly, and I used the lightest shade in there that I used to do my inner corner highlight. And then I did use a fan brush today, and I did my cheeks, I did my nose, I did my Cupid's bow, and I also did above my eyebrow right here. And I think that is it. I use a lip color that I had been vying for a long time and still hadn't even touched. This is the Chateau Lippy from ColourPop. It's the Matte X, so extra matte. It is a very dry formula because it's extra matte, and so I did have quite a bit of lip balm underneath. I kind of scrubbed my lips before applying it and then put lip balm over. And then after that, I went in with the lip pencil, which is Duke's. So this was the closest color I could get to the lip pencil, and basically filled in my lips with this lip pencil and then put the lippy stick over top. Finished with my MAC Fix Plus to spray my face, and here we are. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in my part 1 of 2 Valentine's Day looks. As you can tell, this is obviously a more dramatic look featuring the ColourPop color of Boy Band. So I hope that you had fun following along with me today. Please subscribe to my channel, post any comments or feedback down below, and let me know what you want to see next. Any tips, tricks, things you'd suggest for my videos, please go ahead and share them. And I hope to see you in my next video. Have a wonderful and colorful day. We'll see you later.